This video is brought to you in part by TruTech Tools, quality tools, essential support.
All right, so this one here was problems a week before it. Demand cooling's having issues. I worked on several liquid injections here, cleaned those up, got this fairly working decent, and then this one here had a little bit of a leak, and we had to come convert it because it didn't have no R22. I did not record it, but I just replaced the oil separator valve on there. I did a short and showed that. What we got going on today is a cheese case that is running warm. There's 3 sensors in it, and one of them is, we're plenty high on oil. We technically got more than we need. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe get some of that out of there. Oil probably is coming back better now, is what I'm going to assume. New camera, so I'm still trying to figure this out. So we're going to see how this thing works for me. So multi-deck cheese, we've got our circuits here. We can see the multi-deck here, 21. Has 3 sensors, we have 41. For right now, so we're not having a bunch of issues. I'm going to raise the alarm. Okay, let's go into setup. Let's change this alarm here. Half of these generally are set a lot higher than that. There. So now it's not going to sit there an alarm. You can see here that our 21 degree on one sensor, 36 on the other, and 40 on the other. We come in here and we look at the graph on this thing. You can see what has happened. And I think they've had issues. These multi-deck cheese things are just problematic all the way across the board. Okay, so we did the conversion right around in this area here where it got warm. But you can see it gradually went up, which generally is an indication that you've got something in the screen. Come over here, same ordeal. Look at this one. This one here wasn't as bad. It's still climbing a little bit. And then we go to the final one that's at 22 degrees, so we're going to freeze everything on that one. This one actually goes colder. See? So we need to go out there and find that. We pulled it up. So we've got 21, which is all the way over to the other side of the store. We're back here over on this side here. Let's go look at that and see what we got. And we need to do some oil adjustments too, like I was saying. We got a little more we need in there. So we're probably gonna need to pull some of that out of there. So we've done a little more of this here. Ended up adding a piece of uni strut all the way across. Had to take these lights off for some reason. The mechanic mounted them on the lower side here, and that's really in the way. I'm gonna figure out something better on this. And like I said, I gotta mount the lights. My ladder usually goes up here. This has got another piece of uni strut that's gonna be hooked up to it, but it needs tied in there too. And I got a lot of the crap up. That'll also allow me to strap like the refrigerant bottles here that are wanting to move. But like I said, I've got some of the stuff just kind of setting in here yet. Haven't quite figured it all out. This is only Wednesday, so I've only had it for 3 days, and yesterday or Monday I didn't do anything in it, and yesterday I did very little in it. As far as working out of it, it was all jobs that were all day. All right, so this is circuit 1, circuit 2, and then circuit 3 is down there. So we're coming down here, and unfortunately these TXVs do not have any screens in front of them that I can see, but you can see that it's freezing up, and all the fans probably are running. Oh gosh, each one of these have a freaking TXV. What are you gonna do with that? All right, so there's a filter dryer down there. Way at the very end, there's a filter dryer down there. I think you can see it there. Way down there is a filter dryer. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 more sections down. So let's fill this line. This line's cold, so we might be getting lucky, and it's restricted in the filter dryer. Let's go down there. Unfortunately, poor guy just put all the food in here. He's gonna have to tear it out. All right, so we come down to here. We do have hand valves, but they're all sweat. So, and it is open. Either way, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump this down back at the rack, and then that way, I'm gonna change the dryers on 2 of them. I might do all of them, I don't know. No, it's 28. Yeah, exactly. And then this one here is the other one that's really warm, which right at 46 degrees area. So let's see how this goes. Like I said, there's nothing I can do to this TXV as far as cleaning it. There's nothing to take apart. I mean, there is, but there ain't. I'm not going to unsweat it and then not have one. So we're going to try changing the filter dryers. If that works, great. And if it don't, then I'll have to order new TXVs and we'll get ones that do have screens on it. So let's go back here and turn this thing off and see how it does. Lots of work that needs done here. They're really, really old cases. Everything's old. We know we need 21. We know we're pretty cold there. We know that 3 is all the way to the right. So let's go ahead, go back here and valve off the liquid line on 21. 18, 19, 20, this should be 21. Ta-da! Lucky, flat jaws, woo, woo, woo. Okay, we'll valve that off. We'll just let it suck back just like you would a regular old split system. And we'll watch this liquid line here. We put all new Schrader cores in all of these too, because the elastomers, rubbers, stuff like that, they'll leak after changing refrigerants like that. So let's grab a gauge, put it on there. Really need to wear ear protection in here, which I did the other day. Right now I don't yet, but I need to. Discharge here. This is 2 systems too. This is rack B and C. 183. It's a little over my gauge. I need to switch over. I was going to grab my MCT that I got from the Tactical Awards and use that. I got a brand new blackout, but I think I'm going to wear out the tactical one first. So let's just grab some gauges, and then we're going to need some 3/8 dryers, which I can put some 083s in there. Those dryers half the time don't do a whole lot for you anyway. They tend to let the crap right through. I haven't seen a dryer yet that catches the carbon and nasty junk. We put brand new dryers in the main filter canister right here. So we got 2 brand new ones in there. Sight glass. Looks like it's clear. Like I said, that oil is a little too high. You can open up the bottom of that and just drain some back out. Like more returned back, so most likely what caused it. We know that it should drop to at least suction pressure. It's going to be a slow process because it's got to suck it all the way through that big old, holy crap, no wonder, this is so wasteful. So you're feeding this 1/2 inch. These guys ran 3/4 inch liquid line all the way out there, which, my goodness, that just seems a little bit overkill. Look at this one. This one drops down to 3/8. This one, same crap. It's just amazing. Boy, that vibration's bad. This one, there's a compressor probably going out. But like I said, no maintenance is done at any of these stores, so everything just is emergency when everything goes to hell. So to help speed it up, I'm going to dump some of the liquid right back through the gauges back to it, which when we charge these, we charge them liquid anyway. Not a humongo deal for as low and restrictive as that 1/4 inch there is, but that'll help speed it up. Okay, as you can see here, we've got 2 pounds of pressure right now, and the only one that's calling at this given moment is that particular circuit that I'm on. So that's the reason why it's pulling down so far. So we are just about there. The gauges weren't happy yet. Yeah, we're 16, so it's about there. We can isolate the hand valves from that point. A lot of that has to do with the fact that the gauges are open. As I mentioned in the van tour video, that was completely re-gutted, and I had to do some adjustments down here on the where the recovery machine goes. Ended up trimming out the corner because that stupid wheel thing's there, and just got rid of a good portion of them. So I kept 2 or 3 of the most common ones. Most of the individual weirdo ones I had to have just 2 at the most, and 1 flare, 1 sweat. So These here will go ahead and do sweat. I think for as low as the pressure is, it shouldn't be a big deal. All right, so we ended up going back and hitting it one more time, opened it back up, got her down to 3 pounds. Ended up shutting the other circuits off. Usually I do that, but since they were already valved off, I didn't do it, which would have made sense to do it so that I wasn't pulling it out those cases too. So that speeded it up. Now we're going to put this back to normal. All right, let's go inside. We're going to go ahead and close off this liquid line, just as extra precaution. Yeah, this is quite the 13 was when that was built. I'm going to put the bigger one on this one because it was the worst performer. So I probably need to go out and grab a piece of 3/8 copper. I really don't want to try to unsweat that with possible pressure. I mean, granted, we've got a Schrader core here, which is kind of surprising that they actually put one in there with all the other corners that were cut. Yeah, we're just light pressure, so we should be good. I don't like brazing on it with potential oils in there, but if I cut that, I'm gonna have a heck of a time probably getting it apart. Yeah, I might be able to pull it backwards to get it undone. That's kind of a mess. Let's see if we can clean that up just a touch. Let's clean this thing up, and then we'll hit it with a little bit of flux to help clean it up and get some of that crap off of it. So you're gonna have a little bit of a flare up there. That's why you gotta definitely pull this thing away from it before you yank it apart. Get the heat on, get the heat off. Try not to melt that cord back behind there too. There we go, good deal. Yes, you're supposed to cut it out. Yes, you're supposed to do a lot of stuff. I'm an advocate for all the safety stuff, but sometimes you just gotta get her done. As safely as possible. There we go. No, we are not going to run nitrogen through this. Ain't happening. You can't do it without contaminating the whole damn pipe. So it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. The only thing I don't like about this is trying to get it on there without, you gotta burn that damn paint. One thing Sportland does bad is they use such a short little nub to get the thing in there. I don't know why they don't give you a longer nub. Maybe it's available, I don't know. But for whatever reason, you always get these stupid little nubs. Okay, a little new fresh solder there. The saving grace here is that end being undone with the Schrader port there. And burn that paint a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the oil looked really bad on this thing, so it's bound to happen. Okay, and we could try taking that TXV apart. I'm leery about it. Let's try blowing through this dryer. Yeah, I did not check temp drop just because there's not a whole lot else I can do besides this. It's definitely got some restriction to it. It's not completely plugged. Yeah, I mean, you've got multiple TXVs. You know what, we're not messing with it. What we'll do is we'll try to get a good number off that TXV and or the cabinet number, and then worst case scenario, we'll come back and change all the TXVs. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on these stupid things. I mean, it's just one of them ordeals where you take it apart and try all this other crap, and it just don't work. All right, so we got this one changed on the far end. All of them do have a pretty decent amount of restriction to them. This one here, same ordeal. Got it all labeled. So we're gonna throw bottom tray in there, and let's gonna go back there and kick it back on and see how it does. Let's go back in here and turn that liquid line back on. See how it performs. Those open cases really are very inefficient because the cold just falls right out of it. Now that was under pressure, just slightly a pound or so the whole time. So no vacuum, nothing needed. Definitely made it difficult to braise, but that port being there made it work. So there goes your liquid. Open or slow. It's all going to be vapor because it hasn't boiled through the evaporator yet. But kind of go from there. Go take a look, see what we got. See, that's the cool thing about the new camera. So you can literally hands-free and everything's just great. All right, let's go to circuits. 58, 59 area all the way across the board there. Everything's on. Just gonna have to give it a little bit and see how it does. So we've just given it a little bit of time right now. And we're at 40 and 40 on those two, and they're hauling the bacon to the biscuit factory, but unfortunately we're at 58 on that middle one, so we need to go look and see what's going on. As far as I know, I've got it open, but something don't seem right. So we're right there at 37 degrees, but this one down here is at 56. So this one here is at 32. Boom. So hopefully, I forgot to shut this one off, but I swear I thought I did open it. All right, for the record, I made a mistake. I forgot to open it up. Good deal. Okay, we are at 47 degrees there, and it is dropping pretty darn quick, which is awesome. So we likely got it. Now here's some other things we could have checked too. We could have checked for temperature of the actual sensors to see if they're accurate. These were pretty close the other day, so they're not going to be off by much. But yeah, usually they stick them up here in the air band, and you're doing discharge air, not return. So when you set it for 32, you're lucky if you truly get the box area or the shelves down anywhere near that. Okay, it's down colder because the other case was warm, so you're 25 there. 33 there, and this one here at 30. So let's go back and see how it does at the controller. Okay, so scroll down here again. 30, 31, 37, 34. Pretty darn close, except for 34. So it should hold temperature a lot better now. You're gonna have discrepancies in the sensor, you're gonna have discrepancies in the TXV. Yeah, just all kinds of good stuff. We'll watch it for a little bit here, see how that one case does. We can log it and see how quickly it dropped. Doing from 59 at 10:24, so 34, 54, 20 minutes, it dropped all the way down. I mean, basically, actually, if you go 48, right there, you go 48 to 52, and you're at 33, so 6 minutes? 6 minutes? Yeah, 6 minutes. Not bad. Take that alarm back down to 42. Normally you would figure 40, but half of these cases, they have such a hard time keeping up. They're inefficient. They do as good as they can do for what the age they are. Dead band temp's 3 degrees. Okay, I'm not one to go hog wild on laser thermometers because the surface temperature. 33 and we have 28 back there. You even go into the back here, 36, 33, so 33. Anything black usually gets the best temperature. So 33 and then 34 up there. So there's at least 4 degrees differential on that one. This one here is reading 39. I've got 45. 44, and 45. So that one there don't even read accurate. It's freaking high. And this one here reads 38. Got 44, 47, 46. Not real impressive. I'm gonna go grab a real thermometer and see how it's doing, but sensors seem to be off. How far is being off together? So you got 46 all the way across the airband, 44, 43, 46, 46, 45, 40. So you got a 5-degree differential, there's 38. So you got a 5-degree differential. This equipment's so beat up, it's just, what do? You got TXVs that aren't feeding probably correctly. We just changed the refrigerant, that probably didn't help a whole lot. I can see the evaporator right there, it looks clean. This has just gone into defrost, and now they're all at 45, 43-ish area. So let's go in here and kill that out, not dealing with defrost. I've got my fast reacting probe here on my fluke here. This thing will change temperature super quick. So we'll go check it with that. So I've got 40. It must have just kicked on the refrigeration. So obviously this one here is going to react a lot quicker than this one up here. 29, 37. I mean, you can't even count on this thing for much. Let's go over here. It was better when it was off. This one says 35. I mean, it just turned on, and so it's coming right down super quick. And that sensor has to be in that wall. The control sensors for the Emerson, which half of these weren't converted to true Emerson. They're using what they had Control, they called. And so those sensors are hard to calibrate. It can be done, but it's a pain in the butt. So this one's averaging 28 degrees. Yeah, by the time they react, it's just very, very, very slow. So we got 26 there. We got 27 degrees coming out, 26 degrees coming out, 25. I mean, it's very close to what that one there is reading. I mean, it says 27, but there it is dropping even lower. I mean, it's the performance of these and the way this thing is swinging. I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. Honestly, it's like, what's the point? You feel like you're just creating more questions of why'd you have to come back? Like, you'd love to do it perfect, but you're never gonna get it perfect. You're polishing these turds and they're just still gonna be turds. And we're getting the low 20s. So I mean, it's performing. It just isn't perfect. So I mean, our original issue of it getting so high is gonna happen. Getting down there in the 20s, same as thing. So yeah, when you shut it off, I mean, it starts to come up all together equally, and not so much when it's actually cooling. So this one's not quite as cold as the others. They were at 26, I think it was. So it's about 4 degrees warmer. And this is the longer section here. So I think I'm just gonna wrap it up.
That don't look good.
What's that?
Them knee pads.
Oh yeah, unfortunately I gotta work. Yeah. I wear my knee pads because after almost 30 years, I still can walk. You young guys, man, I'm telling you, hearing protection and knee pads. Hearing protection I didn't probably use as much as I should have because I got the ringing really good. 28, 28, 24. So they're getting darn close to each other, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Well, let's trend this. Maybe we can lower that alarm a little bit. So trending wise, 27. Last time it was at 41 for a split second. We're staying well below it. Let's go 41. That way it's only 1 degree over the state minimum, which usually is 40 degrees. Or is it 42? I forget. like running 38 all the time, but that way you got plenty of buffer room. But either way, we're gonna go 41. We'll leave it at that. It's got an hour delay, so it has to be above 41 for an hour. We're averaging pretty darn good now. I mean, those look really good. That's the other thing. The product temperature, when there isn't product in there versus product being in there, that can throw stuff off, and you know, it's all interesting. Setup as far as defrost, we've got total of 3 of them. The next one will happen at, well, we just passed the one at 11. The next one will be later tonight. The coils look clean and clear, so we're good. So what we're doing is trying to get that ball down. It's all the way to the top. So if we have no room in here, then this thing's going to overfill, potentially forcing it into those reservoirs on the side, which, you know, they shouldn't, but I can tell you this much, it's got to go somewhere. Being that full is not a good thing. Okay, didn't have to take out a bunch. You can see it's not a lot, but that has now given us enough room now to have for that reserve capacity, so we should be good to go. I think I took her about somewhere in that ballpark there. Everything's full down here, so we'll be back, I'm sure of it. This place never has a very long period of time where it's not got something wrong with it. I don't even know why they tighten these, because half the time they don't really do much. Okay, there we go. You got to document these sort of things when you got people saying that you didn't do it, and then creates issues. Yeah, the whole reason for making the videos to begin with, honestly. Say we're good to go. Yep, swinging up, swinging down, we're good to go. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it, you know what to do. Shouldn't have to tell you. If you haven't already, why not? I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Later. You know, every time they do that, they have to come back and forth to the camera. Why?